guys, welcome back to Ancient Amnesia Podcast. This is Josh, and I'm back with another quick clip show. Today, an article by Forbes talking about the 240 cubic miles of magma which was just discovered beneath California's supervolcano. By now, you may have heard of the Long Valley Supervolcano, which is one of the largest supervolcanoes in the world, and it sits underneath California. It has been lying dormant for the past 100,000 years. Researchers now have gotten a clear glimpse into what lies below this Long Valley supervolcano. They have uncovered 240 cubic miles of magma is sitting underneath it. It's important to start off by saying that this absolutely doesn't mean that there is any imminent danger. Experts at the United States Geological Society are actively monitoring the supervolcano, and while there has been an uptick in activity over the past 4 decades, there still is no sign of an eruption. You may have heard about this supervolcano sitting underneath Yellowstone National Park. You may be unfamiliar with another major supervolcano in the United States. It is called the Long Valley Caldera. The Long Valley Caldera sits in eastern California, adjacent to Mammoth Mountain, and measures 20 miles long by 11 miles wide. A caldera is basically a depression formed after the eruption of magma to the surface. As magma fills up the magma chamber below a volcano, it expands the crust and the volcano grows. After an eruption, there is a tremendous amount of volume that has suddenly been displaced, which causes the ground above to sink into a bowl-shaped depression, which we call a caldera. The Long Valley Caldera is the depression formed from the supervolcano eruption of 760,000 years ago, which ejected hot ash, lava, and toxic gas into the air. The eruption occurred with 140 cubic miles of material from the supervolcano. To put this in perspective, the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens erupted 0.29 cubic miles of material, meaning the Long Valley eruption ejected nearly 500 times that amount. If all the 240 cubic miles of magma found beneath the Long Valley supervolcano were to ever erupt, it would eject over 800 times the volume of material as the last 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption. This is the reason geologists with the USGS continuously monitor the supervolcanoes that lie dormant beneath America. If and when one does erupt, it will trigger catastrophic destruction and loss of life. Fortunately, there is an extremely low likelihood of any supervolcano eruption occurring in any of our lifetimes. These eruptions happen very infrequently, but when they do happen, the world notices. Scientists began noting that the Long Valley Caldera began growing around 1978 and has been doing so ever since. This gradual growing likely represents the influx of magma into the magma chamber below the supervolcano, essentially filling the tank in preparation for the next eruption. While the supervolcano has been studied for decades, it has been difficult to determine the amount of magma that lies beneath Long Valley. A recent study published in the Journal of Geology lays out new data in our understanding of the magma reservoir. Researchers from the U.S. Geological Survey's California Volcano Observatory in Menlo Park, California, were able to image a previously blind spot beneath the supervolcano. The team used seismic tomography to study and estimate the reservoir volume and degree of melt. To do this, geologists and geophysicists emitted strong waves from an array around the Long Valley Caldera. As the waves traveled through the Earth, it would have bounced off rock differently, depending on the chemical makeup of the rock, whether it was liquid or solid, the angle, etc. They then measured the waves as they came back to the surface of the Earth. By using NASA supercomputers at Ames Research Center, the team was able to decode an image of the subsurface and map the reservoir of both solid and molten rock beneath the Long Valley supervolcano. The team found 240 cubic miles of semi-molten magma, with 27% in the liquid state. At this point, there are no signs of an eruption, and there's the potential for the proportion of liquid magma to continue to decrease as the supervolcano continues to lie dormant. While the Long Valley supervolcano isn't an immediate threat, the potential scale of an eruption urges scientists to keep public close watch on the happenings around the Long Valley Caldera in California. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please go to ancientamnesia.com for more. You can also visit our YouTube page where you can stay updated on all our podcast and live stream videos. And go to Facebook and join the movement at Ancient Amnesia Facebook and Ancient Amnesia Discussion. Until then, we'll see you next time.